Give me 30 minutes and I can fight with anybody. Tony or Conor, doesn't matter. Maybe DC, doesn't matter.
In the world of mixed martial arts, few names invoke such immediate respect as Khabib Nurmagomedov.
MMA is number one thing, it's respect. Hey, you have to respect gym, you have to respect teammates, coaches.
A titan of the sport, a master of the grappling arts, and an undefeated phenom, Khabib is more than just a fighter. He was a force in nature, encapsulating a spirit that was unyielding as the mountains of his Dagestan homeland.
Mountain, you know, like I'm coming from nowhere. Like people need, who this guy with headgear, like nobody understand what it is. Like people interesting, and he go to the inside the cage, he smash everybody. He's 25-0. Who this guy? World champion.
Khabib's record, an unblemished 29-0 at the time of his retirement, was not just a number. It was a testament to his invincibility, a monument to the relentless pursuit of greatness.
Champion, I'm pound for pound number one. I defend my title 3 times. I win biggest fight in UFC history. You know, what else?
Each victory added another chapter to his career that was not only just about winning, but about domination. From his lightning-fast takedowns to his ironclad submission holds, Khabib was a master of breaking his opponents, both physically and mentally.
Because he's a stupid guy. You know, that's why nobody understands him.
I'm very educated, man.
Like, honestly, like, he look like stupid, you know? That's why nobody like him.
Yet, despite all this previous success, fighter after fighter thought that they had what it takes to finally beat the eagle.
Why eagle fly? When he hungry, he fly. You know, that's why I'm here.
But as we all know, in the MMA world, actions speak louder than words. So let's take a look at some of the most notable examples of overconfident challengers who had to face the Dagestani phenom. UFC 205 is the first UFC event to grace the illustrious Madison Square Garden in New York City, a major milestone for the organization and for the sport as a whole.
That went on, you know, and I would like to thank the Las Vegas Culinary Union for spending their members' dues to help make this the biggest night ever in UFC history.
Khabib was coming off a 2-year hiatus due to injuries, but his return against Daryl Horcher had made it clear that he was back and he was hungry.
It wouldn't be a bad stoppage. It is right there.
He stepped into the octagon with one goal: to prove that he was the rightful contender for the lightweight title.
And you guys see how dangerous eagle when he's hungry.
Across from him stood Michael Johnson, a man whose speed and power had left many opponents staring at the stadium lights, fresh off the first-round knockout of Dustin Poirier. Johnson was eager to cement his own position in the division, and a win over the undefeated Khabib would do just that.
I have to beat Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson already beat Tony Ferguson, Barboza, a lot of tough guys. It's not easy fight.
It was obvious Michael Johnson didn't have much respect for Khabib.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna see a new Khabib. We haven't seen him progress his game at all. You know, he's just been a wrestler to take guys down and hold them and beat on them, and he's great at that.
As for the fight itself, it was a dominant performance by Khabib. Despite Johnson starting strong and landing some good strikes in the opening minutes, Khabib quickly took control, and soon enough, we saw Khabib say this to the drowning Michael Johnson.
Let's go, get up. Get up, Michael.
Yet, Michael managed to push through to the end of the round. In the third round, Khabib continued his domination, taking Johnson down again and, this time, securing a Kimura submission, which Johnson was forced to tap out at 2:31 of the round. Michael would realize what exactly he was fighting against. He would even tell Khabib that he deserved the title.
Yeah, I know you got me. I'll see you again real soon.
Thank you so much.
The battle between Khabib and Conor McGregor is a saga that deserves its own Hollywood epic. It was a clash of two prodigies that set the MMA world on fire. In October 2018, UFC 229 was the day that their paths would finally cross in combat. McGregor, known for his devastating left hand and audacious bravado, wasn't shy about his disliking of Khabib.
Truly love putting a bad beating on this little glass jaw rat.
However, standing in his way was the indomitable Khabib, the undefeated bear wrestling champion from the rugged mountains of Dagestan. His reputation was built on relentless grappling, superior wrestling, and a terrifying ground and pound game. The stoic Russian, immune to McGregor's verbal jabs.
Fanboy. The man was a fanboy. He bought t-shirts of mine. He fucking supported the cause. You remember that, you little fanboy?
Their rivalry reached a boiling point at UFC 223. where a confrontation between Khabib's entourage and McGregor's teammate, Artem Lobov, who would later sue him over Proper 12, ignited a firestorm that led to this iconic event.
With Khabib, there were, I don't know how many people on the bus that had nothing to do with it, innocent people. And I think he needs some time to sit back, reflect, and think about it and look at what happened. And like I said, we'll see how this thing plays out.
The pre-fight press conferences weren't any less exciting. McGregor, always a showman, launched personal attacks targeting Khabib's family, religion, and nationality. Khabib remained stoic and calm in demeanor.
Smash me! Smash me!
I'm gonna put him back to box. I'm gonna put him.
Let's wrestle, kid. Let's wrestle.
Hiding the storm within. Fight night arrived, and it was one of the most anticipated UFC events ever seen. No one really knew if Conor would be the first man to stop the Eagle, or if Khabib was going to add another submission win to his record.
Alhamdulillah. I know you got this, they don't like this. Alhamdulillah. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna smash your boy, guys.
Well, it took all of 15 seconds for the fight to end up on the floor, where it remained for the remainder of the round. Khabib would go on to dominate McGregor, and as he was raining down ground and pound, he would taunt McGregor by saying, "Let's talk now." Conor, seemingly having enough of Khabib's fury, said to the Eagle at the end of the third round, "It's just business," but to Khabib, it was much more personal. Khabib would go on to win the fight via a neck crank in the fourth and proceed to jump the cage to dish out some more knuckle sandwiches to McGregor's teammates. After swiftly dealing with Dustin Poirier, Khabib would be faced with a serious threat in the lightweight division and a prolific wrestler at that, Justin Gaethje. There was talk about the MMA community that Justin, who was at the peak of his career, would hand Khabib his first loss. Many even prophesied that Khabib, who only recently before the fight lost his father, his coach, and his mentor, would not be the same Khabib we once knew. A lot was at stake for Khabib.
He's alive. Today we smile, next day we cry, and sometime when tough time come, we have to make sabr,
On the night of October 24th, 2020, Fight Island was more than just a venue. It was a crucible, an arena that would either forge an unprecedented legacy or shatter an unbeaten record.
I will not allow him to put me on the fence. And if I do, then I'm screwed.
The stage was set for a clash that would make or break one of the most impressive winning streaks in MMA history. Khabib relentlessly pursued Gaethje, firing off takedown attempts that were met with a stalwart defense from the interim champion. Justin Gaethje did manage to throw a few good punches, yet the pressure Khabib put forward was immense. The second round commenced with the audience holding their collective breath. Khabib managed to quickly close the distance and managed to bring Gaethje down. Khabib masterfully transitioned into a deadly triangle choke. Justin Gaethje, trapped in the vice-like grip of Khabib's choke, struggled but eventually succumbed, slipping into unconsciousness. And so it ended. One of the most dominant champions in the UFC, with tears in his eyes, announced his retirement.
I promise her, it's gonna be my last fight. And if I give my word, I have to follow this. It was my last fight here.
Justin would end up being very respectful after the fight, giving all the props to the champion.
Hey man, but the only reason I stuck here is to give this man praises. I know he was in a bad spot, whether he was or not. He did what he had to do, took me down, he is very strong.
If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and subscribe for more.